Amir Abdulmunim Abdulwahab Al Khalifa Muhammad. But to everybody on the Jazzy Jeff album, Oddisee. That's my real name, yo. I'm half Sudanese, half American. Sudan is North Africa, Arabic speaking country. So half Arab, half American. So the name is real. Name is real, man.
How'd you get your stage name?
Actually, I've had that name since about high school when I actually read the Odyssey and the Iliad by Homer. And I just felt connected to it because Odyssey means journey. And when I rhyme, I want to take you on a journey to where things are going, to where they were, to what they will be. It's just all about a journey. You know, when you listen to music, it sets you in certain moods. It's taking you someplace where you want to be at. You know, if you're sad, you listen to this type of music. If you're feeling hype, you're going to listen to this type of music. So it's all taking you in directions. So I, came up with Odyssey through that. I just want to take people in different journeys, Definitely.
Who was some of your influences?
Oh, wow. Big influence is Gary Scheider, the bass player from Parliament and Funkadelic, because he lived down the street from me. And I was friends with his son. And I used to go into his house and just dabble on the keys, and he used to love what I was doing and push me really hard. And he was my first foundation in studio recording, because I used to record at the studio all the time and just make tracks. On a more hip-hop level, I'm a big Tribe fan. The Tribe made me rhyme, yo. When I heard, Tribe stuff, that's what really got me into it, definitely. Yeah, a lot of influences, though. My mother sings, my father plays the guitar. Because of my background, there's so many different type of musical elements that influence me. On my mother's side, she's from here, and they're from the country in Southern Maryland. So on her side, I got uncles who play the fiddle and the violin, and they do bluegrass. And on my father's side, they're Arab. They play the flute and they play the oud. It's a traditional Arabic instrument, but they're all musicians on both sides of my family, just different cultures, though. Just kind of took stuff from each one of them, So I've been around music my whole life. Definitely, man.
How did you meet Jeff?
I met Jeff through Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown lived down the street from me in Largo. I live up 202. He lived down. It's a road there. And he had sent some stuff in through Hidden Beach, and Jeff had got a hold of it. And once he came up, he invited me to come on up, brought a few of my tracks with me that I do myself, and that's how it all rolled off. So I pretty much met Jeff through Kevin Brown.
What was it like working with Jeff?
Oh, man, wonderful. It's my first commercial recording, and I've heard so many negative things about when it all boils down to hip-hop, recording it and doing things in the industry, of how bad it goes. But working with Jeff was a blessing. I wouldn't want to work with anybody else as doing my first track, because there was never a point in time that I felt I was being taken advantage of on the money end, on the musical end. He's good peoples. He listens to your input, your direction, your suggestions, not only dictating what he has to say, but it's like, it's a group thing. And that's what I really love about working with Jeff.
What's your fondest memory about that one?
Fondest memory is the track that I actually did on this album. I made it home. Like, I make all my own beats and I write all my own rhymes. I believe that my track is the only track that was written and produced by the same person. So the machine that I used wasn't couldn't use it in his studio. Things weren't like formatted properly or some things like that. And we were trying to figure out ways to get the track out of my machine into the board so that we could record the track. And we were supposed to record the song and be done by 2. And at 11 o'clock at night, we finally figured out a way to do it. And I think that's my fondest memory, that whole process of running through ideas and trying to just actually get the song out of my box onto the recorder. Because it was hell. It was hell. That's my fondest memory, though. Yeah.
Talk to me about your creative process. You do your own tracks.
Definitely.
How does it start? You come up with lyrics first and then the beat, or beat first and the lyrics?
What I've noticed, and I haven't even realized that I had a process, I'd like to think, me as an artist, you like to think that it's naturally sporadic to you and that it just appears. But everything has a way that it goes. And I found that I make my tracks first. And usually, every track that I have an EP out now that I'm working on the albums. Hopefully I can get a deal on it. And every song that I recorded, I made the beat in the morning, wrote the lyrics in the afternoon, and recorded it at night. If I sit on the track, I normally don't write to it, and I sell it or give it to another MC in my crew. But everything that I've done has been all in a day. Beats just speak to me when they're for me. When I make a track, sometimes words, hooks, choruses, verses just pop in my head specifically for that. And that's pretty much how I make most of my music. It's all done in a day. If I make the beat in the morning, best believe it's going to be a track in the night if it touches me as soon as I make it. If it doesn't, you know, I might work on it in the future. But if it's hot and I'm feeling it, it's going to get done in the same day. That's pretty much my process. Who isn't? Kevin Brown, Cy Young, myself, another guy, he didn't get a chance to come up to Touch of Jazz named Sean Bourne. A fellow of mine named Adversary, Ken Starr, and there's two DJs, DJ PMD and DJ Marshall Law. That's my crew, and a lot of affiliations due to the fact that we're all from Maryland, like Raheem Devon, W.Ellington, Felton, Unknown, Third Eye Productions. It's a lot of cats down Maryland that's really just trying to get out, you know. But that's mainly my crew, Cy, Kev, Sean, Ken, and Ad. That's mainly, you know.
If you could describe the CD in one word, what would you say?
A chance. That's what I would honestly describe it as. For the simple fact that if you know anything about this album, it was supposed to come out a long time ago. And it had acts on it like Slum Village and Eminem. And Jeff dropped all of those and took a chance and gave us a chance by allowing new artists who no one has ever heard of to represent him on his first solo project. And that's another big chance. So that's the best thing that I can sum it up as his chance, you know.
Tell me about your song.
My song on the CD in the beginning wasn't specifically made for this album. Like I said, I got an EP and I'm working on an album, and I sent my whole EP to him. And he loved everything, but it was one specific track that he wanted for himself on his album. And that track was Music Lounge. And that track right there, I really get down with because it's something for everybody. It's the chorus goes, sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound, or stand up and get live and just move around. You're now in tune to a music lounge. And when I perform that song, it's usually at a lounge type atmosphere where there's room for people to stand up or sit down. So it always pertains, every element in that song actually pertains to a live performance at a lounge atmosphere type area. And I really love when my tracks can actually pertain to something in life, you know? When you can actually relate to it. If you're in a music lounge and you hear, yo, sit back, relax in the music lounge, you're like, okay, this atmosphere is kind of hot, you know? So the track, it really has a purpose. It's not just rhymes over a beat. It has a purpose, it has a place where it's appreciated more than other places. That's what I really love about it, that it's got a good meaning on it, you know?
Where do you see yourself going as an artist?
See myself going really far, as with any other artist would say, but to defend myself, I make a lot of music. I write a lot of rhymes, and it's not all in the same subject. I do drum and bass, I do R&B, I do techno, I do a lot of traditional Sudanese music. I do a lot of recording with bluegrass because of all of my family. And I see myself having my hand in pretty much any aspect in music. I see myself going pretty far, definitely.
Let's see.
What's missing?
What's this? Oh, right. I always forget that every time, don't I? So what do you think is missing, man, in hip-hop?
What's missing in hip-hop? Balance. I feel balance is missing. It shouldn't be that this style of music is hot now, and this style of music will be hot later, and that style of music is out. It should be an equal fan base and an equal opportunity for all genres of hip-hop to achieve success simultaneously. It shouldn't be that Dirty South stuff is in right now, so yo, that's what's gonna sell. and everyone else is going to conform to that. It should be, if my hip hop is more jazzy, it's a crowd for that, and I get equal play on the radio, on MTV as anyone else. Because it should be, if the music is hot, it's hot. If it's good, it's good. Not because that's what they want to push. So balance is definitely missing. Should be equal playing ground for any genre of hip hop. Balance, man, definitely.
First rhyme? That's all.
Remember your first rhyme?
No. No, I do not remember my first song. No, man. I mean, it got to the point in high school. See, by talent, by nature, I'm an artist. I paint, I draw. That's what I was going to go to school for, but I ditched it for hip hop. And when I got into hip hop in high school, I just completely stopped painting, stopped drawing. And I transferred all of that artistic ability to writing rhymes. And it got to the point where I was writing about 3-4 rhymes a day. I was doing songs in a day, like verses upon verses upon verses. Because in my school, we battle like every day. So I want to come with my hottest stuff, and I want it to be fresh. So I was constantly writing. I have no idea where my first rhyme is, what it looked like, what it said. I have no idea, man. But I can tell you I started rhyming in 98, actually. Hip-hop has been a part of me since I can remember. Used to dibble and dabble and write little nursery rhymes, but seriously rhyming, 98. The rhymes in 98, yeah. Definitely. No doubt. I heard a couple of cats spit some stuff. What's up with that? Is it,
Yeah, for yours, man.
I mean, is it recommended?
Yeah, I mean, if you hit that one joint, you hit a bit, piece of the verse around the joint, but, that's why I didn't stress it, but we want you to do whatever you want to do. You can do your verse, you can do your favorite, MC's verse.
What's
You got
one?
something new you want to spit?
What's some new stuff I got? How I go? Yo. One rhyme and I turn your rap book into a scrapbook so you could look back on what you thought was good rap. It's understood that you had hopes and dreams. Wake up, you got below the measure on your beams. Back to the drawing board, but you could never draw before. That's what you never saw before. Wasting your time. Do you even know what it takes to make up a rhyme? Nothing if you talented, spit at the blink of an eye. MCing is not for you. Hip-hop is many things. Try something new. Perhaps scratching on the ones and twos or backspinning in Adidas against front and crews. It's kind of hard for you to spray words. That's why I didn't say graffiti, because it's throwing you the same curve. And that be 2 strikes. One more, the game done. Who in the open mic trying to test my name, son? The greatest MC to ever hold the pen. Cut the ribbon in your mind for the grand opening, cause y'all all been sleeping. I flow anytime, minutes, days, even nights and weekends, cause I got a palm bond plan with clear service. No distortion when I spit, cause it's perfect. The alternative to cellular, right here spitting for light years. I'm heavy on light ears. Y'all in store for something that's not in stores. The internet don't even got none of my singles yet. I'm just a brother who make these beats with the ideology that I'm gonna take these streets. Cause cats can't spit, so they make me speak on tracks I've been trying to sell for about 3 weeks. The time is now and rhyme is how. I'ma get a few dimes and thous. Something for 'em.